Troll Squad.
Did I just lead all of Bro Troid into the Troll Squad mission, having told the group that I was going to do 2 of these?
Yes, you absolutely did.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and there. Which group would you guys like to go after?
So here's the problem. We're that group, so we got to go that way.
You're not that group.
Oh no, we were supposed to do both. That was the plan.
We were supposed to but this is the high difficulty group anyway.
Kevin, you picked the best group.
Yeah, Kevin.
Right, we're home. Survival Fest 2025 is in the books. As you can all clearly hear, I am still a little hoarse. My voice is not all the way back, but we got to get this done in time for Friday. And I will be candid, my mother is coming this weekend, so I'm not going to have time to shoot this weekend. We're going to start this with recapping the convention, and then we'll talk about the overall plot of the game, like what we were doing. And then we will talk about the missions themselves as we normally would. So first and foremost, the game was at Athens, Ohio, right? It was at Ohio University. And I definitely don't need this pouch on the desk. Okay, that's done. So, right. We were in Athens, Ohio, at Ohio University, and Athens is a really special place to play because they allow you to always be live. So, doesn't matter what time of day it is, doesn't matter what's going on, you're in play. And the whole town knows it's going on and just kind of rolls with it. So you'll see players like walking through the Kroger picking up a 6-pack and they're strapped, right? They've got a hammer shot in a drop leg and a pocket full of socks. It's nuts. It's a really unique place to play. It's a lot of fun. It's also one of the last like old guard venues available, and the team there does a really nice job of allowing all of us to come in and play with them. So first and foremost, off the jump, Athens administration, Athens PD, the Bobcat Blasters Club and their leadership, thank you very much for allowing Survival Fest and all of us to come to your campus, and for a large portion of the player base to stay on your campus in the dorms. It was great. It was a tremendous time, and I look forward to coming back to see you guys again. The convention part of Survival Fest took place in the Walter Rotunda, and I'll put a picture of the map here. So it was really, really good. I might have liked the convention part better this year than I liked it last year. I liked the venue a little more for the convention part this year. It felt really good because it was the Rotunda. The sound quality in the room was really cool. The Rotunda has a really interesting architectural effect due to like the dome up top. So it echoes, and it gives a really neat acoustic feel to the whole room, which for the rest of you, you're like, why are you talking about this so much, James? And I'm like, this is really neat, and I love it. But it was great. So during the convention, they did several things. They did the Blaster Bash, which was people entered a bunch of blasters, and they were rated on different criteria, and they gave out a bunch of awards, which I do not have the winners for yet, because I haven't gotten them, but if I get them before time of editing, I'll like put a list here or something. They had an ARG that had been going on for weeks that had 3D printed tokens to commemorate, which I was given. They had 3D printed tokens to commemorate solving the ARG. And why I was excited about this is the very first puzzle they put up on the site, I solved. Well, I got it solved. I don't do puzzles, but I have a buddy who does. I got it solved, and I posted it to promote like cooperation. And then 2 or 3 of the folks on the server, including Mason, who runs the club over in Cookville, like an hour and a half away from me at Tennessee Tech. Mason, Reed, and Amanda Piefly from GCC came together as a weird little trinity and just worked away endlessly at the ARG, which is where all of those like plot snippets that I've been dropping on videos for a while, they did all of those. They made all of those happen. And I just want to shout them out and say how cool it was to see you guys like come together and mutually just like galaxy brain to solve those things. It was really, really rewarding as someone who facilitated something in any way. And it was really, really nice to see people working together literally states and hours apart to make it happen. So Mason, Reed, Amanda, tremendous. So proud of all 3 of you. The Blaster Bash, like I said, was various blasters being judged for aesthetics or quality of 3D printing work, paint work, that kind of thing. I was asked to judge it, which was super cool. So the judging was done by me, Boomstick, Xavier, like Captain Xavier, and then Mike Lasik, the game director, and Tyler. Do I really not know Tyler's last name? I don't know Tyler's last name. Tyler from GCC. And what was really fun about it for me was when we went to judge it, me, Tyler, and Mike were doing it at the same time and providing like our individual expert commentary, but we wouldn't let the people who entered them tell us what was going on with their like project so that we wouldn't be biased. And there were some really, really neat ones. There were some excellently painted ones. One of the RIT guys entered a crossbow that apparently started its life as a marshmallow shooter, but at this point is literally just the plunger tube from the marshmallow shooter, and everything else is new, and it's a crossbow. Super neat. It is screwed together, but it has no visible screw holes. Jack Virus from up in Indiana built a app-controlled, is it an app or is it a website? Doesn't matter. Controls it from his phone, like Griffinoid, that is a test bed for a double stack mag that he's been working on for a while. That thing works great. It's super appealing. It's very attractive to look at. He also ran it for the HVZ, which was super cool. And there were several other just really nice paint jobs, really nice 3D prints, and I'm sure they'll post a list of winners and like pictures. Of course, as usual, I backed the event because I care about Survival Fest and I want it to be successful. Like normal, they gave me several bandanas for me and a couple of my guys. There was both a regular commemorative 3D printed coin and a sponsor 3D printed coin. There were patches, there were molly fills, there was a shot glass this year. Really nice stuff, really appreciated it. And there was a little thank you card from Mike, which we're not going to share, but it lives over there now. Next, I want to talk about the thing in the hobby that I love, and I feel really touched when people do nice things for me, and it's hard for me to accept that people care. So, Turkey. We all know Turkey. I love Turkey. I play with Turkey here and there. Turkey brought me 2 things. One, he brought me a great big Hail Hydrate sticker that's there behind my Arbalast that I just dig it. I like the Hail Hydrate logo. I've got the patch of it too, but the sticker on my wall is pretty cool. And he brought me a water bottle with my logo printed on it, and I can't just rub it off or something. So I guess I am retiring another water bottle to start a new water bottle this year. Apparently that's what we do at Survival Fest now. Delicious. Secondly, Reed, who we talked about earlier, who's part of the Bobcat Blasters Club, had been messaging me about stuff, and we'd be talking back and forth. And he kept talking about bringing me a mini. And I thought he meant that he was going to bring me, like he was going to paint me a mini or something. I'm like, yeah, whatever. No, yeah, it's cool, man. Instead, now the axe has fallen off because that's what happens with 3D printed minis. But we will fix it. He printed a tiny Photonic me. So this is a Leagues of Voton call, just by armament and design. And it has been given a tiny little hat and a longer beard to more resemble my logo. And I had to leave the room so I could cry a little bit and read, I am delighted. And the next time we all see Tiny Photonic Me will be painted. Right, moving on. Attendance. So all the normal people you'd expect to be there were there, right? The moderation team that is attached to Survival Fest and their various compatriots were all there. Obviously Scotty from 5 Minute Respawn. Scotty was obviously there because Scotty's trying to make 20 games for the 20th anniversary. So I think he's going to try to make everything this year. But on, like, bigger news, obviously Al the Geek was there. He had his whole booth set up and stuff, and we caught up, and that's good. Like I said, Boomstick was there because he judged the competition with me. Dart Sweep was there. I think Dart Sweep has been there every year like I have. Captain Xavier was there this year, which was neat. He brought Able Crewman Rocket with him, and the irregular Ox ran with him. But Tyler from 5 Minute Respawn was there at his first HVZ in God knows how long. And that was kind of neat because you got some pictures and stuff of Scotty, Brain, and Tyler kind of reunited, and that was cute. That was neat for me to see them have kind of a moment together. The convention had vendors. They were all listed there, and you saw them, but Detroit Dart Works, Detroit Dart Talk, Old Fusion Design, that kind of Detroit conglomeration all had tables. Turkey was promoting his new glass HVZ, the like camp out HVZ he's running this summer. No, I won't be there, Turkey. I'm still sorry. I just only have so much money and time. And my PTO is, there's not enough of it for everything I want to do. The GCC Urban Gaming Club and Acorn Armaments, Squirrel, the creator of the Signet, was there, and he was selling Signet kits. I know a few of those went out, so I'm interested to see what happens with that. Like I said, Al Geek stuff was all set up. It looked great. Heatwave, the creator of the Ice Phoenix, was there, and I've wanted one of these for years just because it's interesting to me. So I bought it, and it was in my colors, and it is big and audacious. And we're going to give it a go, and we're going to test it, and we're going to see how we like it. And then I'll be honest, I'm immediately going to do some reprints, because I think I can make these side panels look a lot prettier. Maryland Foam Alliance was there. They were selling patches and doing Maryland Foam Alliance things. Radioactive was there. We're going to get to radio later. Radio had never been to an HVZ before, and I want to talk about radio in the HVZ portion. But radio was fun. That was cool. Warburg TZ Games, no idea who this was, don't know that I saw them. No clue. No clue at all. HVZ Athens / the Pink Team, they were selling patches and stickers to raise money for the club. So we got patches and stickers because they were raising money for the club. The assembled support squads, which is pretty much anybody who likes to go to Athens frequently and played with us at Mall Mutation. That's where that started. They were there, also selling stuff, also to support Athens. I forgot to give them the stuff that I wanted to let them sell to support Athens. That's on me. Brain, yell at me later. Zombie Intelligence Agency was there. Again, not really sure what they were doing. Go Slow Taco was there raising money again for the charity drive. Remember, they do the Corbett drive every year during Joy of Socks. That's a big deal. Continue to support that. I bought a patch because they had patches at the Containment Crew booth. Sub-Zero Blaster Battle was promoting Sub-Zero Blaster Battle again. SFI and Containment Crew were both there, and they had SCRD with them. So kind of one on either side, SCRD in the middle. And like I said, I bought some patches, I bought some event wheels. They tried really hard to get me to buy a Smiley. I do not need to buy a Smiley right now. I have enough new blasters that we are going to continue talking about. And then Survival Fest had a table to sell Survival Fest merch and stuff. Blasters on the table, things related to Survival Fest. We saw the Ice Phoenix, we saw the Signet. OFD rolled out this. This is what has previously been referred to as the Atom thing. This is codename OMF V9. It's really like V9, V10, and V11. There's pieces and parts kind of thrown throughout it, but this is Adam Oldfield's new design. This is using a spigot scar based on the AccuNubTech that Detroit Dartworks uses, and it's kind of a Spamfoid replacer. We'll do long form on it once Adam has finalized the file set and I've done all the upgrades he wants done. I will say, this is the most comfortable small springer I've ever held. It is super crisp in its operation. It's very smooth. The final version, I understand, is going to use a bearing system in here, right? Like a cradle that goes around the barrel. But this one is linear rail. And I really, really like the linear rail version. I understand why he's moving away from it, but this feels so very good. So, expect updates about the codename Adam thing, which does have a name already, but he's not released it, so we're not going to use it. I got one of those Nerf Experience blasters. Sparrow found some, and I said, get it for me. I am going to take this apart, and I want to make it shoot half darts, and then I might carry it around for a while, because I really, really, really like the way this thing looks. It's got a real sci-fi aesthetic that I dig, and I'm really glad Sparrow was able to find this for me, so good job, buddy. Appreciate you. And those are the gifts and things that I got. Finally, we have squads that attended the event, right? The larger groupings that we account for all the time. Obviously, I was there, and that means I came with my, STFU guys, Alan and Jacob and Connor and Brad, and like I said, Ruba came out with us. Turkey didn't, because he was moderating, and we were running with that, Bro-Troit amalgam organization that we tend to run with. So the Detroit Dart Talk guys and their locals. This causes some issues later. Then you had the various Athens-related teams. So you have the pre-established red and pink teams, which are kind of older guard guys in the red team. And then you have Oscar, which is their young guys, right? Their current attending membership of the organization. I really, really like Oscar. Not to say I dislike red or pink, but the Oscar kids, I'm very fond of. Then you have the irregular Ox. The irregulars, always a great time. We're going to talk more about them later because it was nice to be able to go to an event for once and actually play with the irregulars. Most of the time, I show up and I can't even talk to them because I'm so busy doing other stuff. So it was really, really nice to be able to interact with them and spend some time with Ted and Wolf and Siren and Blanks and Dark and Shadow. And I hate naming all of you. It's very difficult, but you guys know who I'm talking about, right? That umbrella you guys fall under. It was nice to see you. And we're going to talk more about you later. You had these kids who refer to themselves as Noble Team. It's literally 4 dudes in camo covered in orange duct tape. And they're going to be very important later. but I'm just calling them out now that they were there and they were doing big stuff. Then we had a contingent of folks from Florida State, right? Seminoles. Still think you guys should have been in that national championship discussion. Just saying. They were there, all wearing lab coats and carrying some wackadoo loadouts. I always appreciate a wackadoo loadout. And then we had Nerf in the North, right? The Wisconsin kind of guys. They were there in these jerseys. The only reason I know they were there in jerseys, but the jerseys had no sleeves. And that was hilarious to me. There was wander around, suns out, guns out. It was glorious. And then there were a couple of other guys there that we know. And of course, Hicks. Hicks was there to keep me from wrecking myself once again this year. So that was fun. It's always nice to see Hicks. No blue this year, though. There was another A-team guy. But Hicks. Hicks was there. I always like seeing Hicks. The theme of this game is like Appalachian horror and like eldritch monstrosities, and it's supposed to be inspired by Stranger Things, Gravity Falls, Supernatural, and Twin Peaks. I'm gonna be real, that's a lot of stuff to draw inspiration from, and they are similar, but these are 4 very distinct franchises. So I was apprehensive going in about how that was gonna work. But Friday night was the first annual Hawking Tua River Festival. And the Tua is, right? Yeah, you get it. Brain likes his jokes. So, I'm going to put some slides up here and we're going to talk about it a little bit. But basically the plot is the humans need to travel around to various carnival games that are scattered around. And remember, this is supposed to be earlier than the rest of the game. This is supposed to be 20 years ago, 2005. So they're supposed to wander around and go to these various games, and they're supposed to get tickets. And maybe 3 weeks before this game, Kelsey, Pandora, our favorite other Pennsylvania individual, right? The other PSU person reaches out. She's like, do you want to be a tank on Friday night for me? And I'm like, yes, I absolutely want to be a tank on Friday night for you. I love doing weird zombie stuff on Friday night because it means I get to go back to being human. So I said yes. In the intervening time, I acquired an orphan ward. There was a young individual who was looking for someone to be their like surrogate guardian for the event, because Survival Fest requires that if you are under the age of 18, someone over the age of 18 needs to take custodianship over you in case of emergencies, which I agreed to do for this individual, assuming their parent/guardian allowed it. And their mother was like, yeah, absolutely, I appreciate you doing it. And I'm like, no, it's cool. I just want you to be okay with it because I'm a random 40-year-old man, not quite, but close enough, in charge of your child. And they were good about it. So we went about our business, and that's how STFU came into possession of my young ward, the individual formerly known as Alex, now colloquially referred to by my guys as Hatchet. Alex was great. All weekend was great. But the funny part is I remind the mods that, hey, I have a ward. I have an orphan ward now, like Batman. And they're like, oh, no, it's fine. They can just play zombie. And then I think Thursday night I got a message from Kelsey that just read, so they're a tank too. Can you teach them how? And I'm like, I can teach anybody to be a tank, but absolutely, let's do this. So we were tanks in the gravel pits in Tarpador, in the fun house. And also in the fun house were Dora and Piefly playing clickers, and then down further at the entrance area were, I think, David and Pat as chargers. And it's like, oh yeah, we're going to get a bunch of humans. It's going to be great fun. You know, we're going to do some ambush stuff. It's going to be great. We got one solitary group of humans. And I have been sneaksy, right? I have been tricksy hobbitses because I want the guys to come and see me. I want a better version of what Alex tried to do to us at Survival Fest 1. And just like at Survival Fest 1, it did not work out as planned. So one group comes and sees us, and they sprint through, full send, keep moving. And then, for like an hour, we just stand around. We're just hanging out, playing on our phones. Eventually, some zombies show up, also looking for the humans, and Ramen, who is one of the medics, is kind of assisting with carrying zombie props around, and he has a bunch of noodles. So me and Alex just steal some noodles, because why not? And we're looking for humans, and the kill curve is not going well, because the humans have not gone places they're supposed to go. I look at Kelsey, and I go, can I be a Pokemon? And Kelsey goes, huh? I go, can I evolve? And she goes, do you want a Juggernaut? And I go, exactly. So, as we go into Unifier, up onto West Green, myself and my young ward come up either set of steps as unstoppable noodle-equipped monstrosities and proceed to just mulch through the humans on Friday night as it's supposed to be done. Now the downside here is I don't have any footage of this because I sneaky hobbits, so I didn't have my camera rig with me. They did something this Survival Fest that I don't like, which is there were two missions, one on Friday night at midnight and one on Saturday night at midnight that were mission 0.5. And I don't like people playing all day and then playing a midnight mission. I get the appeal of a midnight mission, but I don't like this plan. And the reason I don't like it is a lot of people are like, I'm tired, and that's optional. And I don't want to do the optional mission because I'm tired. And that means that the turnouts aren't great. So obviously I have no mission 0.5 footage because I was asleep. But mission 0.5 happens, the human team completes it and wins, but I don't know what happened because nobody told me. But the result of it was they were given a throwable hex bag, so a blue sachet, basically, that would stun anything in the game, including zombies equipped with blue vests. So people liked it because they had a throwable that could stun blue vests. Just carry Chungus darts. Be cool, like me. The overall narrative of the game was a quest to find and recover a missing teenage girl played by Jenna from GCC, Everly Dealer. And it had the vibe, right? The Stranger Things, missing kid vibe thing. And Alex from Detroit, Alex was playing the sheriff, Magnum T. Peabody. And he was wearing, like a cop shirt and a pair of jeans and doing the briefings. And we printed him a sheriff's star. And then all of the Brotroit guys and some other people got various shields and badges. I think my shield is downstairs. And the joke was like, we're here to federalize your investigation. And we were basically pretending to be from Supernatural because it was funny. And never really got to play with the gag because we were too busy. Mission 1 has 9 human objectives corresponding to the 9 upload locations of Everly Dealer's videos. Like her 9 most recent live streams. And they want the humans to split into 9 groups and go to the 9 locations. they have us in 2 separate briefing rooms, maybe even 3 at that point. The rotunda and then upstairs. So we get everybody outside, and Cody is trying to split people up, and it's just not working. People don't want to split up that small, right? Because like at the point, the number of humans we had, right? Because we had like a couple hundred humans, you're looking at groups of like 10 or 11. People didn't want to do that, right? There was pushback from various people about splitting up, and I made the command decision to just kind of parcel off zones and send people out to those zones. So I sent the irregulars and kind of their hangers-on and Xavier and Al and stuff to the east, because there were 1, 2, 3. I might just go to the farthest one and work your way back in. I'm going to go run these 2. Olivia and the RIT contingent, and then I think Squirrel and Amanda were in there. A couple other people in there. I sent to go do the hard objectives because they want to do the hard objectives, and I'm like, okay, go do those, and we'll meet up with you later. There was a lot of like, in the event that we complete this, we'll meet you at that. And we sent off these various groups. We sent off 4 or 5 groups in total at that point, and went about our business. This is a problem because the mods really, really wanted 9 separate groups for a reason.
Okay, mission 1. We have split into somewhere between 5 and 9 groups. We were supposed to do it based on skill level. We've done it based on get some level, and we're going to have a great time.
So we've got a heavy AJ and a fast AJ.
I like that much better than AJB and AJ2.
Yeah, so now we know their actual name. Well, that's Cool Whip and Brown Sugar. We've got the patches for it.
I like Cool Whip and Brown Sugar.
Yeah, no, it's pretty fun.
Here, let me get close enough that I can hear Kevin saying this for the camera.
Yes.
Hi, Kevin. You're on camera, bro.
Camera now? Oh man, this is gonna be so good.
No pressure, Kevin.
All right. So, welcome to our call.
Welcome to our call. Welcome to our call.
Welcome to our call. Welcome to our call. Are we Troll Squad?
It'd be funny if we were.
These are our call members. So far, we've been able to infiltrate the local police department. Imagine what we can do if you all join us.
Troll Squad.
Did I just lead all of Bro Troy into the Troll Squad mission, having told the group that I was going to do 2 of these?
Yes, you absolutely did.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and there goes oh man.
I mean, that's what happens when you dress up like a mom.
You know, guys, I really think we're losing call members because we don't have a name.
We're the Mothman.
Everybody likes to go.
Cult of Mods.
Come on.
Are we in agreement?
We're the mod men.
Cult of Mods.
Cult of Iman. James?
Cult of Iman, yeah.
Cult of Iman.
Yeah, I like that. It's a
I
good.
know you didn't know, but good idea. The YSU.
We're good.
So, are we going back and dropping things off?
That's where the team had originally.
Yo!
No! Listen!
All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, welcome to Troll Squad. We're gonna take a short walk. I'm gonna let you put your blasters away, and then I'm gonna give you the rest of the briefing. Okay?
Cool.
All right, I just want to point out the person that coordinated the rest of the human players is now Trolls. Oh,
I set everybody up for failure.
well, no, Cody's not going to use it.
Actually, winning. There's a group right over there, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys, gather around.
That's one of the crazy ones.
Skill.
Yeah. We can turn off the radios because this is still human calling.
Well, he's on ModCom.
Yeah, but he's talking about
Guys, let him brief.
All right, welcome to Troll Squad.
For them to
come to my location.
Turn the volume all the way up instead of down. Oops. All right. Now that everyone is ready and you have perks, let me inform you about what the nearby groups are doing. You're going to have 2 different groups to choose from for what you guys want to go after, okay? Group A is currently at West Green, which is right over here, helping Nate Dealer attempt to find Murray and convince him to help him find his sister Everly. This mission involves the following. They're going to be destroying 20 to 30 respawn relays in the area.
That's a lot.
Locating an NPC and a fetch. At the conclusion of this mission, humans will have to escort Murray from his location back to the briefing room. Nate Dealer will be untaggable for the entire mission, while Murray will only be untaggable up until the escort begins. Then he will be taggable.
During the escort time.
If Murray is tagged 3 times during the escort, this group will auto-fail their mission. Okay, now Group H, this is the other group that you have the option to go to. That's going to be down this way. Group H is currently at Pepsi Tailgate Park, which is the stadium, helping Damian Spector explore the dark parts of campus. This mission involves the following. A large-scale puzzle involving multiple coordinates to several locations in the West Green / Pepsi Tailgate Park / Richland Bridge areas. Basically all it's this way, this is Richland, this main street between here and the briefing room, and then the stadium. So yeah, that general area or this general area. At the conclusion of this mission, humans will need to escort Damian Spector to the briefing room. Damian Spector will be a taggable NPC that, if tagged, will earn zombies an extra heavy tier ammo vest for this mission alone. Which group would you guys like to go after?
So here's the problem. We're that group, so we got to go that way.
You're not that group.
Oh no, we were supposed to do both. That was the plan.
But this is the high difficulty group anyway.
You picked the best group.
Kevin, which moderator is Murray?
Wait, but we can go and get the tag to get the vest.
Yeah, we could send like 2 people that way to go.
Oh, yes!
Okay,
Not
speed
taggable
squad.
until the escort starts, though, so another group would have
All right,
to go
let's
there.
go after easy then. Easy bit.
Murray is Travis.
We can start at A. I think one group was trying to go GH.
It's going to be a problem.
So we can
No,
start at A.
because I told them to go all the way out there.
Nobody's going there. Okay.
I fucked this.
No, you did this on purpose.
We broke the game.
You're the best call member.
So we're Troll Squad. I've never been Troll Squad. I don't know how this is going to go for people. The other thing I didn't know at this point is we're not the only Troll Squad. I may have screwed up this mission a little bit.
One running around behind us. Respawn on 2. We got 90 seconds if you attack. Guys, watch your left. To our left. Let's get them all up.
Windows, down the green.
Victory spawn point.
Hi guys.
5, 6,
In the direction of
7,
Oh, yeah, I thought I went the right way. I was wrong.
9,
Give me the pie! Come on. I want the pie. Give it.
It's another like 15.
Oh, yeah, silent boom.
Do we have an official respawn caller?
I'll do it. We got to get 30 feet.
It's on the twos, about 15 seconds.
Yeah, I'll call it.
15 seconds.
15 seconds, rush!
Top of the wave!
So as you can see, this devolves into like Ring Around the Rosie, right? The RIT guys are trying to knock down all of the relays, and we're just picking them up because we're keeping consistent pressure. So there's really not going to be a positive outcome. So Kevin pulls us in order to go and deal with the fact that Alex has sent the red team guys who were late to go do Derek's objective as the paranormal hunter Damien Spector, which was H. The one that, if you'll remember, I said, no, we're H. We get to the field, and there's no one.
I'd say the big upside I'm saying for us, I don't think we've tagged anybody I'm afraid of as a zombie.
Nope.
So the zombies going into mission 2 are just going to be decent veteran players. There's none or no.
I might have had 1 extra second left of life, but like, I just saw the guy with the red, and I was like, damn it, that's right, I can't shoot you. And then I kept running.
Oh my God!
This is one of the outcomes.
Guys, wait!
When the bandana hits the ground.
You're fine afterwards.
I am a rock, paper, scissors guy. Or a flip a coin guy.
Dude, that dude's the best.
Technically, because he claimed that he had a shot, he lives. You guys technically all live. If that's my understanding. Yeah, if that's my understanding of.
So what, we give you guys a 10-second head start?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's get out of
so it's honor. It's technically you guys don't have to, right?
Yeah.
Technically, rules is written. You also don't have to honor the honor.
Time out. Time out.
But we'll
Time
let
out.
you. We'll get
Go
you
now.
Wait, hold on.
Go now.
Go now. Yeah.
Take your band. Don't go back to right.
Yeah. Let them go. Let them go.
Let's give them 10 seconds.
Stop.
20, 30.
Stop.
Guys, listen.
Gentlemen, start walking, please.
Okay,
Start
see ya.
walking. Zombies, look that way.
Everybody look this way. Zombies. What's up? Squirrel. Squirrel.
I don't see any eyes on the human.
Yeah, go on.
Hey, zombies, what's that cloud shaped like?
Look that way.
A brain.
What
architecture is that?
Everyone smile for Andrew.
So what has happened here is 2 troll squads apparently collapsed on like 5 dudes. And that's not great. So we called it there, right? We're like, we're going to get our stuff out of your car and we're going to head back to the briefing room. And then, on the way into the briefing room, with all our gear on, having not rebanded, because we're still zombies, right? We're still troll squad until the end of the mission. I run into Turkey and Jenna. And Turkey and Jenna are like, James, can you take the babies to go get C? Naturally, because I'm me, I said, yeah, let's band up.
Where are we headed to?
C.
C? Okay.
We're going to help the group.
Absolutely.
We're going to be the rescue squad.
We have the Emperor's blessing. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the regular. I'm with you.
I'm exalted above all others.
So bad.
The irregular sound like they were having issues.
First among his angels.
Bogus playing Bashir.
That's a human group pursued.
Parking lots are in player bathrooms.
Uh-huh.
Should we go do the objective? Oh, we got it. What's not getting attention?
I think we're on pause. Yeah, we're on pause.
That's funny you say that. Listen to the safe.
We're on pause. Yeah, they blew a whistle. Take an eight.
The humans are through. Back up, back up, back up, back up.
Back up.
They got back. They got back. Fall back. Fall back.
Fall back out.
Oh boy.
That's right.
Well, get to
the parking lot.
Get in here. Get in the group.
Behind you. Go.
Heads behind us. In now.
Go. Forward box.
Get in here. Let's go.
Come up front. I got orange back.
where?
Go. Right to the top. Blue back.
They're flanking us.
Blue back. Blue back. Yo, secure the path. Red path. Shield. Blue back.
Push that way.
Push left. Blue back. Blue back. Blue back. Blue back.
Keep backing up.
Make a finger, make that sound. Yo, move. James, come on.
Yeah.
Push forward.
Push left.
Push.
Come on, Alex.
Keep pushing left.
James loading.
Did I lose Alan?
No, he's right here. Right there in front of you.
Watch the radio.
Got me.
Blue vest incoming.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
Keep backing up, James.
You gotta watch out with the guy. Got a heavy right here. Tag.
All right, James, keep going. He's out.
Is this not safe? Keep falling back.
This is safe though, right?
Yeah, this is safe.
15 feet of the door.
Did we get get pushed back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they... Trolls lead us.
Well, we don't know what's going on.
Not a high out there. You're going to see, right?
But we're going on a
We're not going to be able to push out with the OZs.
Were you guys fighting right then?
We pushed out, so we got back.
Yeah.
Turkey asked us to take the newbies out to go rescue C. As we were going to rescue C, there are humans running down the road.
You guys got back early and had to go fish someone out.
Are you guys okay?
Who'd we lose?
It was quick tag. His back was fully turned to a Mega XL.
So Jacob's dead now. Only I could get one of my guys killed. While we're supposed to be a troll squad doing zombie things in mission 1. It's cool. Mission 2 will be better. It'll be better for us. At least I hope it will. Well, I know what happened. But you're going to have to wait till Monday. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 3-parter. I'll see you then.